Who is the true self that feels, thinks, suffers, and desires? Perhaps your greatest confusion is believing that you are the voice in your head. What would happen if, for a moment, you simply observed to whom all of this is happening? What if freedom wasn't about achieving anything, but simply discovering who is watching? There is a place within you that never changes and is almost never noticed. Before we go any deeper, if this topic has touched you in any way, remember that you can like, comment, and subscribe at any time. This helps the content reach more people and keeps you close for future conversations. But after all, how do you practice something so simple and at the same time so challenging? What does it actually mean in practice to turn to the question, who am I? How can you turn this investigation into a living experience and not just a beautiful concept? And why can observing to whom life happens become the guiding thread of your entire journey? Let's dive together into 3 points that clarify this practice in a simple, profound, and applicable way. Imagine that your mind is a movie theater. On the screen, thoughts, emotions, and memories are playing. Normally, you get lost in the movie, believe you are the protagonist, and forget that you are just watching. Atma Vichara is the act of turning around and noticing the projector that has always been behind you. We spend our lives trying to adjust the plot, change the characters, edit the scenes, swap out the soundtrack. But freedom doesn't come from fixing the movie. It comes from realizing that you were never the actor. You are the screen on which everything happens. Every time a thought arises, instead of following the storyline, ask, to whom did this thought appear? This question shifts your attention from the content to the source of consciousness. By cultivating this perspective, you discover a silent foundation, prior to any identity. A space that cannot be hurt, lost, or improved. Ramana Maharshi, the Indian master who popularized Atma Vichara in the 20th century, said that there is no need to invent a new spiritual identity. You just need to discover who you really are, and the rest dissolves on its own. Think of the mind as a turbulent river. Normally, you fall into the current and are swept away. The inquiry, who am I? It acts as an anchor. It doesn't stop the water from flowing, but it keeps you firmly grounded at the bottom. We tend to believe that, in order to find peace, we need to control or eliminate our thoughts. The paradox is that the more we try to silence them, the more noise we create. The intention here is not to expel anything, but to observe who the host is. When a strong emotion arises, anger, anxiety, joy, don't fight it. Just ask, to whom is this emotion happening? The question isn't looking for an intellectual answer. It simply redirects your focus. Over time, you realize you don't have to identify with every wave that appears. An inner space emerges, wider, where emotions come and go without taking you with them. Many of Ramana's disciples reported that, by applying this simple question in their daily lives, they felt a new sense of lightness. The external life didn't change immediately, but the relationship with it was profoundly transformed. Imagine a lit candle in front of the sun. The flame is visible until you notice the sun behind it. In that instant, the candle loses its importance, because the infinite light already fills everything. To surrender to the question, who am I, is to let the candle of personal identity be illuminated by the sun of being. It's common to think that we need to attain the truth through effort, study, or complicated practices. But Atma Vichara points to the opposite. It is by letting go of the search that you find what has always been present. Sit in silence and, for a few minutes, just observe. Who is the I that is breathing now? Don't try to answer with words. Just rest in the recognition that there is awareness perceiving. This surrender does not lead to apathy, but to a greater freedom to act in the world. When you know you are not the story, you can live the story more lightly, without fear of losing what was never yours. Ramana Maharshi received seekers from all corners. Some arrived with philosophical doubts, others with existential pains. To all of them, he replied, investigate who is the I that is asking. In the simplicity of this surrender, many found the answer that words could never give. Atma Vichara is not a complicated philosophy. It is a simple reminder. Look at the one who is looking. Instead of trying to fix the mind, turn toward its source. Instead of struggling with emotions, ask to whom they arise. Instead of searching outside, discover the silence that already dwells within. This practice requires no temple, no master, no rituals, just a little courage to face the question that cuts through all others. Who am I? Close your eyes for a few moments. Feel the body breathing. Notice a thought arising. Now ask, to whom did it appear? Don't look for a mental answer. Just rest in the feeling of being conscious. Notice that everything happens before this silent space. That space is you. If this reflection brought you clarity or moved you in any way, leave your comment below and share this video. This way, the practice spreads and more people can experience the transformative simplicity of Atma Vichara.